we win these races in Georgia.
Do y'all like Chris Stapleton? I don't like a whole lot of new country really that's come out in the last 15 years. I like a lot of the stuff from the 80s and 90s country, but do y'all like Chris Stapleton though? His voice is something, ain't it? He has that old soul sound. I could listen to him all day. I don't think this is a new song by him. But I heard it on, I heard this song on the radio yesterday in the car, and I was like, God, that sounds like Chris Stapleton. He has one of those voices, you just know it's him, you know? And it was a duet, and he was singing with a lady, and I couldn't tell who the girl was. Anyway, when I got home, I started looking on YouTube until I could find it, and I found it. Let me know if y'all have heard this song and if y'all like it or not. It's kind of a slow song, but man, I love Chris Stapleton. Hold on a second. That was a live version. It's terrible quality. I won't play the whole thing. I'm just going to play a few. I'll just play a minute of it or something. But the quality, that was somebody recorded that with a cell phone. That was a live thing. Here you go. I just played the first verse or whatever.
Even if you see my scars, even if I break your heart, if we're a million miles apart, do you think you'd walk away? I get lost in all the noise, even if I lose my voice, flirt with all the other boys, what would you say? Could you? Could you?
know, I'm not a big Pink fan, but she can sing too.
Is it for better or for worse? Or am I just your good time girl? Can you still hold me when it hurts? Or would you walk away? Even if I scandalize you, cut you down, and criticize you, tell a million lies about you, what would you say? Could you love me anyway? Could you? Could you love me anyway? Could you? Could you? Could you still love me? Pick up the pieces of me. Could you still love me? Could you love me anyway? Could you? Could you still love me? Pick up the pieces of me. Could you still love me? Could you love me anyway? Could you? You catch me when I fall. And we rise above it all. You hold me when it hurts, like it's the end of the world. Could you? Could you?
How can anybody not like Chris Stapleton? His voice is unbelievable. All right, let's start the show.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. 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 Clap your hands, clap, clap, clap. Stomp your feet, stomp, stomp, stomp. Spin around, spin, spin, spin. All right. Good morning, good morning, good morning. 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 Wash your hands, wash, wash, wash. Shake your hands, shake, shake, shake. Brush your teeth, brush, brush, brush. All right. Good morning.
It's on the way, Ballard. I ordered it on December 21st. It says it's arriving sometime between January 13th and February 4th. So I don't know what the deal is with that, but it is on the way though. JT Daniels is coming back to Athens. Shh, don't tell anybody.
Shitter's full.
Yeah. Hey, good morning in that, though. It's Uncle Lou here. Yeah, that's right. It's me, Uncle Lou. I'm live for you on LouTube today. Hey, thanks for watching. Really appreciate it. Also, in addition to that as well, appreciate you guys tuning in to the morning show with me, Uncle Lou, and my co-host, Bob, who hopefully will be joining us soon. He's in the comment section, so I'm sure that he will. But this is the morning show with me and Bob. We do this 4 days a week for you. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday at 8 a.m. Morning, Bob.
What's up? Oh yeah, Lou.
You know what's weird? Are you my uncle?
Huh.
I'm
No.
Uncle Lou.
Right.
You're Bob.
Right.
Does that make you my uncle?
No.
Are you sure?
No.
What about the expression, Bob's your uncle?
I've never heard that expression.
What?
Yeah, I'm serious. Totally serious. Never heard it till just right now. I've heard of bob and weave. Does that make you weave?
Have y'all heard that expression? Hadn't you, Bob's your uncle?
Bob's your uncle. See, no.
Let me
No.
let me
Bistro, say
look it
no.
up here. See if I can find a way to use it in a sentence. Bob's your uncle.
Bob's your uncle. I'm more curious about this BB history and the BVD history in the title.
Oh, you know how we do in the off season. We're gonna play an old video.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't forget this shit. Bob's your
No,
uncle. Here we go. Bob's your uncle is a phrase commonly used in Ireland, the United Kingdom. It lists a whole bunch of countries. And it means there it is or there you have it. Typically, someone says it to conclude a set of simple instructions or when a result is reached. The meaning is similar to that of voila or easy as pie or piece of cake.
Or Bob's your uncle.
Right.
Makes perfect something.
Yeah. Like if I'm trying to teach Chess how to plug in a microphone, I'm like, okay, you take the wire, you plug the one end into the microphone, you take the other end of the wire, you find an available USB port, you stick it in, boom, Bob's your uncle. You're good to go.
Okay, I got you. Bob's your uncle.
So are you my uncle?
No,
Oh, well, shit. Okay, well,
I guess you're going to have to keep looking.
yeah.
I found my uncle.
Did you?
Yeah, Uncle Lou.
Good.
Uncle Eddie, Uncle Jim. All my other uncles are deceased.
Do you have an Uncle Jim?
I used to, yeah.
Now, this
he
is
passed
weird
away.
because what's your aunt's name again? Donna?
Yes.
Okay, I have an Aunt Donna.
Mm-hmm.
I've told you that before. I also have an Uncle Jim. Now, they're not married. It's separate siblings. You know what I mean? But I have an
Gotcha.
Uncle Jim. He's married to my Aunt Mickey. And then
Wait, I got an Uncle Mickey.
Stop it.
Serious.
I have-
Serious as a heart attack.
I have an Aunt Mickey. That's her nick. Her real name is Alicia, but they started calling her Mickey when she was a kid, so everyone, her friends call her that. But
Okay.
yeah, that's weird.
That is weird.
Dang, Bob's your
Got
uncle.
any Debbies in your family? Aunt
no,
Debbie's?
no Aunt
Uncle
Debbie's. No,
How about Janice's
I have a little Debbie.
little Debbie? Snack cake or
Yeah, snack cake.
relative?
Snack
Okay.
cake.
Gotcha. A little Debbie snack cakes are pretty
Best
good.
thing I could tell you to do, Jason, would be to stop watching.
Uh-oh. What we got?
We're giving him a headache.
Yeah, I mean, generally when you get a headache about something, you just usually quit that something.
I mean, you can quit watching if you want. Your headache will go away, but don't come back here complaining when your cholesterol goes through the roof.
Well, what he doesn't understand is if he sticks around, his IQ points will go up. You got to make trade-offs.
Yeah.
Who's this complaining about their head hurting?
Who is this individual? Jason Ray. Not to be confused with Alabama Ray.
Or
Twitter.
Jason Day.
Or Jason Day. Yeah, definitely not him either.
I'm starting to get a bit of a headache myself. But I'm not going anywhere. At least not till 10 o'clock.
Good. Great. 'Cause we got a good show today.
Hope so.
Yeah.
I'm a little perturbed.
Why?
What the hell's Marshall doing?
Yeah. He won Coach of the Year this year.
I know.
I don't get. I know the season ended disappointing, but come on. What were they? Ended 7-3 or something in a COVID year? The guy wins Coach of the Year and they don't renew his contract? I don't know about that.
4 bowl games in a row. Pretty good record. 80-something and 50-something, I think.
I couldn't believe that. I pull up ESPN before we go on every morning just to see if there's anything I need to talk about. And I know this isn't like groundbreaking news that a million people care about. I just can't. We did talk a lot about Marshall this year, though, but I just can't believe. I couldn't believe it.
If we had a segment called "What are you doing?" this would be one of those. Whoever fired him, and it didn't come from the athletic department, which is really screwy to me. So who fired the guy? Was it the president of the university?
It says the Doc Holliday was the coach's name, which is a whole other set of issues. But it says Holliday tweeted Monday that university president Jerry Gilbert informed him that the school would not be extending his contract, which expires in June. He went 85-54 at Marshall with a Conference USA title and 3 division championships. This past season, he earned Conference USA Coach of the Year honors for the second time. I mean, I don't get this.
Who else needs to be fired? I think Kirby needs to be fired, probably. Maybe Dabo.
Yeah, I don't
Saban. Yeah. Be interesting to see if anything else comes out of this.
Terry Wilson's transferring from Kentucky.
Where's he going?
Well, he's in the portal. Yeah, he's in the portal. But this is kind of a weird. The Terry Wilson story has been a weird one. He was at a JUCO, then to Kentucky, where kind of up and down his first year there. He made some plays, but he was a turnover machine. Then he got hurt last year and didn't play that much. And then they brought the guy in from Auburn this year, Joey Gatewood. Terry Wilson still got the start, but was not impressive at all. I mean, we all know about Kentucky's offense this year.
Juggernaut.
Yeah.
They were a juggernaut.
Joey Gatewood ended up getting the start against Georgia. That didn't go very well. Anyway, I don't know if this is a situation where maybe they've told Terry Wilson they're just looking to go a different direction. And now I think this is an example of a guy who would probably be out of eligibility if not for COVID. So, well, maybe not, because he might have got a medical red shirt the year he was injured, but he's gone.
Kids.
So I guess it's the Joey Gatewood show at Kentucky next year.
Must be, unless they got somebody else coming in. But you younger kids on here, I'm talking maybe mid-20s and earlier. You guys, you don't know what the good old days are like when a kid would go to a college, stay there 4 years, graduate, and go on. Now it's like when you look at these kids, it's like looking at a damn dossier, not dossier, but 2-3 colleges by the time they graduate or end their college career.
You know,
almost like looking at an NFL player or something.
What really finally in the end turned me off of baseball altogether was this kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I was a Braves fan growing up, and I was kind of lucky. They were terrible in the 80s, sort of my younger kid years, but like middle school and high school, I was in the 90s.
Right.
They were winning the division every year. They made a couple of World Series. They won a World Series. I mean, we went to Braves games every year. I was raised in a baseball household. My dad coached me in baseball all the way up through Little League. Him and my brother are still huge Braves fans to this day. But this is what kind of finally was the last straw for me with baseball, when I would turn on a Braves game in April and not recognize a single player on the team from the year before. And this started towards the end of the 90s, early 2000s, I guess. All the turnover on the roster. Now in college, we're sort of conditioned to that because it's a 4-year window generally. I know you can get a 5th and even a 6th year sometimes, depending on different things, but we're used to like a complete turnover every 3 or 4 years. But it is getting it can be a little frustrating. I'm not against it though. I feel like I feel like I'm gonna have to learn to accept it because I don't think it's going away. I mean, we're in an age right now.
It's going to get worse.
Yeah, I think the players we started to see it more a little bit this offseason with some of the threats of unionizing and things like that. But I think the players are starting to realize that they hold a lot of power in college football, and I think you're going to see more. I don't know if rules or I think you're going to see more effort made to empower the players in college football. And I definitely don't think the transfer thing is something that is going to go backwards in time. I think if anything, well, hell, they're expected to pass the rule this summer. Transfer for any reason or no reason. Doesn't matter. You don't need a reason. Something we've talked about on this show 100 times, but they're going to institute that. A player can transfer one time. It doesn't need to give a reason. It doesn't matter. And they're eligible immediately. One-time transfer. Transfer a second time, then it'll be just like it is now. You have to sit out or get a waiver, but a one-time transfer where you can go wherever you want. No one can tell you
feel like
can't.
The waivers are coming easier nowadays. Does it seem like that to you?
Yeah, and I think that's because they know the rule change is coming anyway. So why not? Why punish these players when it's
Yeah.
So
times they are a changing.
Yeah. So a
Yeah,
lot of smoke too with the Dan Mullen and Florida and the NFL. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not convinced anything's going to actually come of this. If I had to put $1 on it right now, I would put $1 on Dan Mullen being the coach at Florida next year.
Oh yeah.
But
well, I mean, he got his only title ever there. Division title.
Yeah.
Why abandon ship now?
Rumors that the Falcons are interviewing him today. There's Jets rumors, there's Jaguars rumors, and the Florida administration is, well, to use one of your words, BVD, they're a little bit perturbed with Dan Mullen.
As well they should be.
You have the probation stuff as a result from the recruiting cheating that he did.
Cheater.
And they're not happy with some of his clown routines that we've been pointing out all year. They're not happy with a lot of that stuff either, particularly the Texas A&M post game debacle, really, where he blamed the crowd size and then said we need to have 100,000 people in Gainesville, and then literally the next day half their team had coronavirus, including him, and it just was a bad look. And then you had
when was the Darth Vader thing? What was that?
It was after the.
I mean, it's just been one.
It was around Halloween because that was the whole deal with it. But
yeah,
they're upset with that, and then they're upset with his comments after the Cotton Bowl.
Well, he's just digging himself a nice little hole there.
Now, here's the thing, and you know this too. Alabama probably doesn't like it when Nick Saban comes out and belittles the media, or there's been things that he's probably when you're winning.
Yeah,
a lot of things get overlooked.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're on a 3-game losing streak and you get embarrassed and blown out on national television, in a bowl game like that,
and make a bunch of excuses,
right? Yeah. So
not a good look.
We'll see what happens. Now, if they wanted to get rid of him, I guess they probably could, and they could probably do it for cause. You remember when y'all's last game, when the stuff came out with Tennessee, you had a lot of people saying, well, fire him now because we won't have to do the buyout because we can fire him for cause. I guess they could do that. But the thing is, they fired Jim McElwain for cause, but they still paid him anyway. So they probably would still pay Dan. I don't know what they would do, but they paid McElwain $7.5 million, even though they fired him for cause. So I don't know what they do there, but I don't know. I find it hard to believe he's going to leave there right now.
Yeah, I would be surprised.
And I wouldn't really even pay it any mind at all if it was just one side or the other. But, Dan Mullen apparently is at least flirting with the NFL, talking to some teams. And we know, and the university is not happy with some of his behavior. So you're getting it from both sides. So I'm like, well, maybe there is something to it. But I just find it hard. I just find it hard to believe.
Is that a little leverage action?
It could be because, and this is surprising too. And honestly, as much as I clown Dan Mullen, I don't really blame him for being upset about this. He's been pretty successful at Florida. I know they haven't won a national title, and there's only 2 types of seasons, either a national title or you suck, according to some of these people in the comments section. But he's had a pretty successful, if you just look at his overall records, I think he finished in the top 10 2 years in a row. I don't know that he'll finish in the top 10 this year, but close. 3 New Year's 6 bowls in a row. 2 of them he won. He hasn't gotten a single raise or extension since he got there. So maybe some of what he's doing with the NFL is leverage, like you were saying, trying to get some more money out of Florida or something. I don't know, but anyway, I guess it's just something to keep an eye on to see what happens. But I just find it hard to believe they would really cut ties right now. And where would they go? I heard Matt Campbell's name mentioned yesterday.
That's the thing with a lot of these schools, and a lot of fans. I know Florida fans are not wanting him fired, but that's the problem with a lot of these schools that do want their coaches fired. Who are you going to get? It's. I've been talking about it for several months now. It's a carousel, and there's just not. I don't think a lot of really high quality coaches out there looking for jobs. Are there? There's like Marshall. What are you doing?
Yeah.
I know Marshall's not Florida, Georgia, Tennessee, Alabama, anybody like that, but still, when you got a guy that's winning, that just blows my damn mind. That may be one of the corniest, quirkiest, stupidest shits I've seen a college do in a long time.
And there's just not very many successful programs that are in the habit of changing coaches every 3 years.
Yeah, and Marshall is one of those. Whatever they were before they moved up.
And Florida too.
Yeah.
They did what they did under Urban Meyer. Okay, great. And then you bring in Will Muschamp. He was there 3 years and you fired him. Then they bring in Will. No, he got fired in his 4th year. Then you bring in Jim McElwain. He was there 3 years and you fire him. Now you bring in Dan Mullen. He's in his 3rd year. I mean, you really going to get rid of him? I don't know.
I can't see it.
I don't either.
I just don't know. I mean, I don't know what sense it would make. Maybe a little verbal lashing, little call him into the office and say, look, rein your wife in, rein yourself in, stop the dumb shit. Here's you a little money. Here's you a couple more years. Now go get us a natty or we're firing your ass.
Right. Hey, JT Daniels tweeted yesterday or Instagrammed it.
And Instagrammed it?
I think that's what you call it. Yeah.
Are you an Instagrammer?
I have an Instagram, but I don't ever use it.
Yeah, same here.
But he tweeted a picture of himself in a Georgia uniform and with the caption, "To be continued." Now, what does that mean?
Well, I mean, sounds to me like he's coming back. That'll cost you.
See, that's what I should have done the other day. Cut it off right there.
Hey,
instead of playing the whole thing.
By the way,
yeah, good
job.
What?
You had your microphone on this morning when you started.
Man, BVD. that was the best one yet you did last night, and we've all done it. We've all done it, but that was the best. That was the best or worst. Worst for if you're the one streaming, it's the worst. If you're the one watching, it was the best one yet. I mean, that was a good 4 or 5 minutes, and you were on a roll. I don't know what you were saying, but you were on a roll.
It was probably, and I said it after I turned my mic on. It was probably my best opening I've had in months, maybe ever. I mean, I was killing Mullen. I mean, damn it. And I wasn't paying attention to the comments either, so I didn't see everybody basically yelling at me, throwing money at me. And
BVD started his show last night without his microphone turned on, which we've all done before. But he went on for a good 4 or 5 minutes, which might not sound like a long time. But imagine me talking right now for 4 or 5 minutes and you don't hear it. When you're watching it, 4 or 5 minutes seems like a long time. And
it's an eternity.
It was pretty funny. I even tried to call him at one point, and
that's when I knew something was up.
Okay, yeah.
When I saw you calling, I was like, okay, he knows I don't do call-ins. Something's wrong.
Right.
And then I was like, fuck, I bet my microphone's off.
Yeah. Is Chess Hall still in here? Is TikTok Chess Hall in here?
Appears so. Oh, don't forget, we got a guest this morning.
Oh, we do? Who is it?
Jeremy with Ballard, damn it, Bluegrass Sports Media.
Oh, Bluegrass Sports Media?
Yeah, I texted you his number about 7:30 this morning.
Okay, good. We'll put him on in a few minutes. He can tell us about Terry Wilson.
Yeah. Tell us about them 2 and 6.
Yeah. Where's Jess? This is it right here. See, it's not a big light. You see? And it's just USB. You plug it into your laptop, and it's got like an on-off switch built into the wire. You can make it brighter, dimmer, and the light has 3 different colors too. Not like red and blue, but they're all white. There's 3 different warmths.
Warm.
Yeah, one looks orangish, one looks bluish, but it's not an orange light and a blue. You'll see what I mean when you get it, but it's real small, and it's got this clamp. See, so you can clamp that onto your coffee
your little
table.
Boom.
Yeah,
like your little boom.
And this thing moves around any way you want it to, and if you put it a little bit underneath you, then you can still wear your hat like you were saying yesterday. So if you want that, let me know and I'll send it to you. I don't. It probably will be next week before I send it to you, Chess, because I don't go to the post office but one day a week, which is usually on Mondays. But let me know if you want it.
Or you
'Cause I
could
don't use
just
it.
turn a light on in your room too. Sometimes that'll give you a little more light.
Well, no, that's not the issue.
Oh,
But speaking of the post office, though, I went to the post office yesterday, which I hadn't been since before Christmas. BVD, you're up first. Which you got a lot of nerve, sir. But a lot of people will be happy to see that someone finally sent me this. I haven't decided yet what I'm going to do with it.
yes, there it is.
But thank you, sir.
That's a pretty helmet.
Just what I've always wanted. BYU helmet.
That's right.
Thank you.
For the collection.
So thank you.
You're welcome. It's a nice looking helmet.
Now, this one, I think this is from, well, I don't know where this is from. I think this might be from DJ David. Do you know what the J stands for in DJ David?
Disc jockey.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, I think so.
Do you know his, do you know his last name?
Yes.
Does it start with an E?
Nope.
Okay, this is not from DJ David then. This is from Jacob E, whoever that is. Jacob E. And I probably should know who that is, so I apologize, but I don't. This is a good one. This is a good looking one too. There's about 100 different versions of this.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Oregon helmet. Which surprisingly I did not have, which is weird because there's about 500 different kinds of these.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you can. If you're an Oregon fan, you can work on a helmet collection alone and spend years and never get them all.
Now this I don't know who it's from. They ordered it from an online store, and the shipping label is from the online store. So I would love to thank somebody for this. Whoever you are, though, thank you. But this is three helmets. I didn't have a Texas A&M. Problem solved.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I have a Colorado either, but I definitely didn't have this one. Even if I do have a Colorado, and I don't think I do.
Why am I thinking? I thought I remembered you showing us the regular gold.
Yeah,
Colorado
but
helmet.
I'm looking up here now, and it's not. But I've got all of them won't fit on my. I have to put two more shelves up right behind me, and so it might be behind the bar. I'm not sure. I think I might have the gold one, which is fine. I don't care. I've got two of a bunch of different teams. Yeah. It's a good looking helmet there. I like this one. I like this one better than the gold one. So there's that. And I know I didn't have this one. Yeah, I have Georgia Southern, man.
Oh, okay, yeah. Carolina's uniforms are probably my second favorite in all of college football.
The baby blue is nice. Yeah, the baby blue is a nice color. I like the Chargers in the NFL when they wear that that baby blue. Looks good to me too. So
and of
again,
course,
I wish I could thank I wish I could thank that person, but I don't know who it is. And there's one more. I got to be careful with this one. I'm going to have to get one of those cases to put this in. I don't even want to. I'm afraid I'll mess this up. Oh, it's in a plastic thing. Okay. A football. What says Bulldogs on it? Also on the other side, trying to get it where you can see it. Also in 2, though, on the other side.
Christmas in January.
Can y'all read that?
Yeah, 2019 Butkus winner.
17.
17, okay. Okay, flipper around there. Yeah.
Roquan Smith
Oh,
signed
okay,
football.
okay. Gotcha, that's cool.
That is cool.
And you don't know who sent you that?
I do know who sent me that, so thank you,
Okay.
David H. I don't like to say people's last name, but I do know who sent me that. And he was worried, too, because he sent that to me a couple of weeks ago. And he was worried that he didn't want it to get lost in the mail for obvious reasons. But I just, with Christmas and the New Year's, I hadn't had a chance to go by the post office. So I finally went yesterday, and I let him know. I emailed him that I got it. But that's nice. So thank you all for that. I appreciate that. I'm not worthy, but I do appreciate y'all doing that anyway. That was great. Brian Biak, thank you for the super chat, sir. He said, did you see how much Urban is requesting? I didn't, but my guess would be it's close to $10 million a year. That would be my guess.
Requesting from who?
I guess whoever wants to hire him.
Anybody?
Yeah.
Highest bidder?
Yeah, I would assume it would be close to $10 million a year. I mean, when you think about the fact that you got people like Jim Harbaugh making $7 and $8 million, Urban's got to be worth more than that. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Got to be.
Top 3.
Yeah. Enrique Robles, thank you for the super chat. He says, let Florida sign Clay Helton so USC can get Urban Meyer. He's a Southern Cal fan. That would be a definite upgrade.
Yeah.
Urban Meyer over Clay Helton for sure. He says, right undefeated at Rocky Top on the mini helmet, on the BYU helmet.
Yeah, that's why I sent him a black one.
Yeah.
So he couldn't do that.
That's funny that now BVD, you sent that box to my house, and I actually had it out here yesterday morning and was going to open it on stream yesterday morning. But then I said, oh, let me go to the post office after the show, and then I'll just open them all up on tomorrow's show. So I've actually had yours I think yours came on Saturday, actually. And I said, well, I'll wait and do it on the Monday show. And then on Monday, I said, well, let me go to the post office. Like that. So
That came.
that's why I
quick.
I didn't think about that until we were on the air yesterday. And I said, no, I'll wait. But that's why I wore the Mormons versus the Mullets T-shirt yesterday on the morning show, because I planned on opening up that BYU helmet. Yeah. Poor planning on Uncle Lou's part. Should have waited till today. Wore the Mormons versus the Mullets shirt. Oh, well.
What's that saying? Poor planning produces poor something.
Results?
Could be.
I don't know.
Proper planning.
What is that saying?
What damn saying.
It's Bob's your uncle.
Yes.
Bob's your uncle.
Yes.
Yeah. Tyler Litton, thank you for the super chat, sir. He says, Lou, check out Harlem Hurricanes channel. The dude literally trashed you about a week ago. He's got your mugshot as the video cover. It's really disrespectful. Oh, he's done that 100 times. Yeah, he's done that a bunch of times.
Yeah, it's I think I need to put your mugshot as one of my thumbnails, just so I can be part of the in crowd.
It would make your views go up. That's why he does it. If you go look on his channel, his most popular videos are the ones where my picture is the thumbnail or my name is in the title.
Okay. Who is this guy?
He used to be called Hurricane Zoe Alonzo 1219.
Oh,
he has changed his name to Harlem 1219.
Yeah.
I'm not even making that up.
I know.
He really did. He changed his YouTube channel name. Never mind the fact, yes, he's a Miami Hurricanes fan. Yes, he lives in Columbia, South Carolina. Yes, he changed his YouTube name to Harlem Zoe. But we all know, like you said, his real name is Reek 1219. He's Reek from Game of Thrones. He's my pet. He's my Reek.
Surely he's been, as much as he talks about having inroads, and knowing people and having sources, he's surely been to Miami games, right?
Oh yeah, he's been to games.
Okay.
Yeah, he's been to games.
Just making sure.
Yeah, I'm not saying he's not a Miami fan. I'm just saying
I know.
His name is Harlem Zoe. He lives in Columbia, South Carolina. Yeah, he's Columbia, South Carolina's biggest Miami Hurricane fan.
Okay.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it.
Now there might be another Miami fan in Harlem, in Columbia, that would dispute that, but we don't know him if there is.
No, yeah, I would have no way of knowing. Hey, look.
Yeah.
Are y'all excited as I am for that this off season? Well, y'all are gonna. For those of you that look for reasons to clown me, wait till we break this out here in a month or two.
What is that?
That's the Bob Ross starter kit, sir.
Oh yes, the Rob Boss starter kit.
Yeah, I've got the easel. I've got the little plate. I think it's called a palette that you hold in your hand and put the paint on. And then in that box there is all the colors that, because he uses the same colors every time. Alizarin crimson, yellow ochre, all the colors he uses. They're all in there with all the brushes and shit that he uses. So I'm going to set the easel up and I'm going to do some painting. Bob Ross
the morning show with Rob and Bob?
Yes, I'm Rob effing Boss. Yeah, I'm Bob. There's only one Bob Ross, but I'm Rob Boss. I'm Rob effing Boss. That's me. And I plan on doing some serious painting this offseason. Now, keep in mind, I can barely draw a stick figure.
Well, we're going to find out.
Yeah. Somebody had a great idea. I should print out a picture of Dan Mullen and tape it to the easel or to whatever the hell, and then just paint a clown face on him and video that and upload it. That's not a bad idea, actually. I may have to do something like that.
I'm going to need to see some progression, too, in your painting prowess.
Over
the offseason.
Yeah, you want me to get better as time goes along.
Yeah, I want to see you be able to go from a stick figure to like at least a squiggly figure.
Yeah. You don't want me to do like Jarrett Garantano and be worse
4 years later.
At the end.
Yeah,
I understand.
Yeah. Can't have that.
I understand. That makes perfect sense to me, actually.
Yeah.
And I would assume I would be able to improve as time went along,
Well, a little bit of effort.
Tyler Litton says, I'm waiting for the JT Daniels starter kit. What would that be? A pair of chaps, cowboy hat, and a handlebar mustache?
Not even a handlebar, really. It's just kind of a...
Whatever the Doc Holliday look
straight
is.
Across look there.
Enrique Robles, thank you for the super chat. He says, is the white Tonto showing up this offseason, and who made the cut for the worst of the worst college football playoffs this year? The college football playoff, the worst of the worst college football playoffs, we will save all that conversation for the night show because that's when the playoffs are done. But the comment section votes on that on the night shows. And we'll start that in a couple of weeks. National title game is next Monday. So we'll talk football for a week or two after that, and then we'll start the worst of the worst playoffs on the night show. That's how that'll go. As far as the White Tonto showing up this offseason, I can neither confirm nor deny anything along those lines, other than to tell you this. The Your Season is Over video is likely coming out tomorrow for bowl season. And there's 5 people in that video. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people in that video.
Now, do you do a Your Season is Over, Season is Over video?
No.
No.
I don't. I do one last one after the national title game that's all about that loser.
Right.
I do the one this week for all of bowl season,
All those losers.
Yeah, long list of losers there.
Yeah.
Headlined, of course, by the Florida Gators.
Pretty good list of quitters, too.
Yeah, damn quitters. Yep.
Quitters Bowl. Leonard's Losers. You remember that?
Oh, yeah, I used to get that magazine every week.
Oh, hell, I didn't even realize it was a magazine.
Mm-hmm. It wasn't really, it was more like a pamphlet. I mean, it was 5 or 6 pages long, but guy printed it himself or whatever, yeah.
Oh, okay. Man, I miss those old stuff like that. That's some great college football Saturdays back then.
Remember when you used to walk into a store and out front they would have like 5 or 6 magazine racks, but they were free. It would be like a Super Savers coupon thing or whatever it might be. Yeah, they had those all around here and had Leonard's Losers in them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The closest place to my house when I used to go get them, where we would was actually a laundromat. No, a dry cleaner. And they had a thing out front of Leonard's Losers, and we'd go there and grab it every week.
If you don't know, if you youngins don't know what we're talking about, it's just this guy that, on the radio, he would preview all the games just like they do nowadays, but instead of predicting a winner, he would predict the loser.
Yeah.
Leonard's Loser, Georgia.
He had nicknames for all the teams too.
Mm-hmm.
Sort of like we all do now.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
great.
He was. Yeah, people loved him.
There's surely some, YouTube videos of that out there. There's YouTube videos of everything. So.
Yeah. Billy Boy, thank you for the super chat. He says, Lou, I was surprised to discover I was correct about the out of bounds time stop. Only stops long enough to spot the ball, unless under 2 minutes. Relatively new rule, but not just an NFL thing. Yeah, the issue on that play was that the clock didn't stop at all. But it doesn't matter. Georgia ended up winning anyway. But did you know that, BVD?
There's some wacky.
If you go out of bounds with 4 minutes left in the game, the clock only stops long enough to spot the ball. It's no different than getting a first down.
Right. In the NFL?
In college.
Yeah, see.
I didn't know that.
I didn't either. And there's been some times this year, I'm sure, where you're screaming at the TV, "What are you doing?"
Yeah, this past with the Georgia game, 3 or 4 minutes left or whatever. It was before we called a timeout to punt for no reason, which...
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on from that, we had the ball and we ran out of bounds and the clock kept running. I'm sitting here. I was losing. I'm literally losing my mind, which I can't think clearly in those situations anyway. But I was losing my mind. I couldn't figure out. The guy clearly ran out of bounds. Why is the clock not stopping? But it didn't stop at all. I know when you get a first down, it only stops long enough to spot the ball. That's why you see teams run to the ball there in the end of the game when they don't have any timeouts. But I didn't know that was the case too if you go out of bounds. I thought when you go out of bounds, that's it. The clock stops and it doesn't start again until...
It's the way it's always been.
Yeah, but not anymore. Now, unless it's under 2 minutes. When it's under 2 minutes, that is how it works still. But outside of that, they only stop the clock when you go out of bounds long enough to spot the ball.
Guessing that's in
which
an
is
effort
ridiculous.
to speed up the game.
I guess. Yeah, I guess.
Which I've never liked that anyway.
No, you know what would speed up the game would be less TV timeouts. That's what would speed up the
Yeah.
game, but of course that's not going to happen. You know,
Can't happen.
right. The last thing ESPN
And some of these
needs
damn
is
reviews
to only be making millions instead of billions. That wouldn't be
don't
right.
get that. I don't understand some of these reviews where the ref standing there literally for like 5 minutes, looking at the same play we're looking at, you know, one or two times, and we can clearly see, okay, his knee was down.
Yeah, or
All right, what's taking you so damn long?
yeah.
You know?
I think it was the Georgia game again here, or maybe a different one. I watched so many. The referees huddled for a good 2 or 3 minutes and then announced that that the play was gonna be under review.
That's not at all frustrating.
I mean, and then there was the I think it was the Clemson Notre Dame game during the regular season. They huddled to talk about the play, then announced after a couple of minutes that the play was going to be under review. They reviewed the play. The review took about 5 minutes, like you said, for no reason.
Yeah.
They came out, they spotted the ball. They made, after further review, blah, 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 blah. This is whatever. The teams huddle up. They come to the line of scrimmage. They line up. They're just about to snap the ball. Referee blows the whistle again. I'm like, what the hell is this now? They huddle again. Then the guy comes and makes an announcement. The previous review is under further review.
Damn.
And I said, wait a minute. They're reviewing the review? And sure enough, they did. And then they made the opposite call.
So they reversed a reversal.
Yes. It was the weirdest thing. They literally reviewed the review. And they announced it that way. The previous review is now under further review.
Damn.
It was the weirdest thing. I'm pretty sure it was Clemson Notre Dame in the regular season. It was a night game. I remember it was a night game. And it was during one of my Patreon streams when I'm really able to pay attention to the comment section. We were all talking like, what is this? How do you review a review? That's what the original review is so you can take your time, look at the play from every angle, consult the rule book or whatever if you need to, and get the call right. Now we're reviewing reviews. I mean, these games are going to be 6 hours long. So, but yeah, if you run out of bounds, we need to keep the clock moving to speed up the game. But 7 or 8 times during the game, there's going to be a 7 or 8 minute review. And then a couple of times there might be a review of the review.
Yeah, they got to give them plenty of time to review the reviews.
I mean, this is like a movie critic comes out and says, this new movie is a 7 out of 10, and this guy acted good, but the plot didn't do this and do that. And then a week later, the director of the movie comes out and announces that he's going to do a review of the critic's review of the movie.
Are you
It made no sense at all.
Bluegrass Sports Media? Are you in the comments? Make yourself known, sir.
Yeah, we'll get him on in a minute. What else is this? That's the other thing. Tell people we'll have him on at 9.
I did. I told him.
I'm long-winded and talk for no reason.
No.
What else did I title this pointless show? JT Daniels Christ coming back. Maybe.
Yeah.
This is like those, you know what this is? This is like when there's some high-profile recruit, and then he posts a picture on Instagram, and in the back corner somewhere, there's you can barely see it, but it'll be like a Tennessee hat somewhere in the back corner, and you're like, look, he's committing to Tennessee.
Yeah.
I don't understand. Why be so cryptic? Posts a picture and says to be continued. Just tell us what you're doing, sir. You know what I mean? Because if you're not coming back, we're in the portal business again, probably. You know?
Yeah, it would be too
Say
simple
what you're
for
doing.
these guys to do that.
I think he's waiting on a grade from the. I think he's waiting on his draft grade. You know, so otherwise, why not just go ahead and say what you're doing?
Or not say anything at all.
JT, who do these people? JT can't read a defense. Georgia has had something like 300 or more yard passing games in the last 15 years. I think they've had 3. JT Daniels has 2 of them. JT Daniels can't read a defense. My God.
Yeah, he proved that this year, didn't he?
JT Daniels can't read a defense. You can't make a comment. Oh, yeah, Tyler, they still say that about Fields. The closet racist and the people who are just mad that he left. I hear it all the time. Anybody can do that in the Big Ten. Really? Are you sure? Did the Rutgers quarterback have 50 touchdowns last year? I'm not sure that he did.
I'm going to guess no.
I don't think that he did. Did every quarterback in the Big Ten complete 80% of their passes last year? I don't think they did. He can't read a defense and he can't learn the playbook, what he said about Justin Fields. Never mind the fact he got into Harvard.
That big dummy.
These people can't get into night school.
Did you get into Harvard, Lou?
No.
I don't know that I could get into Harvard if I just went up there and said, hey, can I come visit?
I don't understand how anybody could watch the quarterback play at UGA over the last 7 years since Aaron Murray left and then look at JT Daniels and go, he can't read a defense. He's not any good. This would be like Alabama getting a field goal kicker that makes 19 out of 20 field goals, and then they go, I'm not impressed. You know, Alabama hasn't made a field goal since 2008. They're going to complain about a guy that makes 19 of 20? No.
Probably not.
He can't change the play. What is this? He can't get us in and out of the right place. Sir, please, just stop. You're embarrassing yourself. He can't change the play. Listen to a Kirby Smart post-game press conference or a JT Daniels post-game press conference. He's literally talked about this. Of course he changes the play. Based on the same things it's always based on: number of people in the box and the type of coverage. He's got. I'm not even getting in it. This guy. I mean, nobody's harder on Georgia players than I am. This is insane. This is insanity. This is insanity.
It's crazy.
We ought not be doing nothing short of sucking this guy off to get him to come back. I mean, what? This is insanity. Guy threw for 1,400 yards in 4 games. Okay?
Just a little under 400 yards.
Fromm threw for 2,700. Fromm threw for 2,700 in 15 games. JT is on pace to pass that in half the number of games.
There's nobody out there saying Fromm's a better quarterback than him, surely.
BVD, you would not believe the level of I don't even know what the word is.
Stupidity, dumbassery, idiocy.
Just this
Tardations.
fanboy mentality that people have with Fromm.
Oh.
There's people every day. There's Georgia fans every day in the Georgia group I have that say, Fields hasn't done anything Fromm didn't do. He got him to a national title game. What was the big deal? I mean, like the simple and basic mindset that you have to have. And I have to go ahead and tell them, are you really telling me that Buck Bellew is the best quarterback Georgia's ever had? I mean, that's what you're saying. You know? Now, last year, it was, Fromm won his playoff game. What'd Justin Fields do? Lose. Fromm's better. I said, you're basically telling me Buck Bellew's the greatest quarterback we ever had. Guy completed one pass in the national title game, but he's the greatest quarterback we ever had because he happened to be the quarterback on the team that won the Natty. I don't understand people's mindset. They think Brad Johnson is a better NFL quarterback than Dan Marino?
Yeah, we get that with T. Martin a lot, too.
Yeah. Now, all of a sudden, T. Martin is better than Peyton Manning?
Yeah.
I mean, this is insanity.
Everybody remembers that great NFL career T. Martin had. I don't even remember who drafted him or if he played a game.
Justin Fields had 6 touchdowns and 6 incompletions against the first or second best program in all of college football on the biggest stage. And still they look for reasons to kick this guy.
Well, he overthrew that guy one time, Lou.
And Fields might go to the NFL and never win a game. I don't know. Nor do I care. I care about as much as Florida fans care about how much success Tim Tebow had in the NFL. Why do people care? We're talking about, I mean, this is college football we're talking about here.
Yep. Speaking of Tim Tebow, he did win one playoff game.
Georgia's not losing week 1. There ain't a person alive with any sense that thinks Georgia's losing that game to Clemson. Georgia gets everybody back. Clemson gets nobody back. Plus, Georgia just owns you. I mean.
And so it begins.
42-18. Clemson is a C- team right now. They're a C- team. They've got blown out in their last 2 postseason games. You know?
They have.
They've had the greatest quarterback in the history of history, according to Taterman. And got worse every year he was there. How's that possible? I don't know. But Clemson figured out a way to do it. They got the best running back in football. They tricked him into coming back for his senior year. Why? So he could rush for 25 yards at Notre Dame and tote an L?
And so it begins.
You know? Half their defense is compromised of or composed of Brent Venable's offspring. I mean, you know, Skowski goes out. They wonder why their defense is no good. Well, that's because you instead of going out and signing real linebackers, you signed Brent Venable's kids who aren't any good. So now,
Yeah,
now,
don't tell the Taker man that.
neck roll goes out, and you complain that you ain't got no linebacker to put in there. Well, I wonder why. You out here with the nepotism. You got coaches signing their own kids. This shit don't make no sense. You got Kirk Herbstreit's kids roaming around doing what? Hell, what are they doing? They're taking up a spot that someone else could have. That's it.
That's kind of what Herbstreit did at Ohio State. He wasn't no great quarterback.
But at least he played.
Yeah, he played a little.
Now his kids are on Clemson. Why? Why? Why are Brent Venable's kids on that team? Why? They're not any good. My only question is, how big of a favorite will Georgia be heading into that game? Will it be 6, 3, 10? What? I don't know. Georgia will be favored, though. Of course they will. Why? Better team. And they've just owned Clemson forever.
Is it the downfall of Clemson?
Georgia can't win a conference championship game. They literally just won one in 2017. Is this guy comparing ACC titles to SEC titles? My God, what was the ACC's bowl record again? 0-6?
7.
0-7. My God. Jesus Christ. What, these taters?
We had a long off season.
These taters are something, man. What a disappointment Clemson was the last 2 years. What a disappointment. Blown out in the last 2 postseason games. Pitiful.
Now, according to Pete, this was a good year for Clemson. I mean, and yeah, by 90% of school standards, this was a good year. But
Seasons are based on expectations. What was
I'm not
Clemson's
buying-
expectation heading into this year?
I'm not buying that this was a good year by their current standards.
Georgia's everyone told us Georgia was coming in second in the East. How'd they do?
I believe that they come in second in the East.
Okay, good.
Speculating.
Yeah, I'm gonna speculate about calling this Kentucky guy.
Yeah, let's do that. Don't want you going on a Georgia quarterback tangent or nothing.
We'll see what he thinks about the taters. After I put him on the phone, I got to go pee and get a coffee too. So.
Okay.
What do we call him his name?
Yeah, he's okay with his name.
Okay. Okay. Put that in there like that. Okay. Yeah, like that. All right. Let's see what this guy's problem is.
Good morning, Nat.
Yeah. Good morning also and too, though. Oh, hey, BVD, guess what?
What's that?
You remember that high-pitched whining noise I was complaining about?
Which time?
Well, the other day. And then it did it yesterday, too. I just didn't say anything about it.
It was like chirping.
Yeah. It almost sounded like a squeaky wheel or something.
Right.
Anyway, I figured it out. I figured out what it was.
What was it?
I got this new... See, I have to hook my phone up to do all these shows that, whether it's me talking to you or the call-in show or whatever. And forever, I've just been setting my phone on my desk, which is fine. But then if I want to do anything, I got to pick it up, and I can't see the screen. Anyway, so I bought this. I bought a. Well, hold on. Let me put it up. Let me show you what I got here. This is great. I had bought this thing. It's a desktop charger, but it's got this phone stand built in where you can put your phone on it and tilt it and all different things. I was like, oh, that's great. I didn't get it because it was a charger. It just happens to be a charger.
Right.
So I said, oh, this is great. I can prop my phone in it and then I can see the screen. You know, instead of having to pick the phone up to call Jeremy or whatever, I just tap the phone. Well, so since it's a charger, though, I said, well, I might as well plug it in. So I had it plugged in. And anyway, it was electrical interference. If I plug this charger in and then set the phone on it, it creates that winding sound.
Oh, okay.
So I can still use it as a charger, but when I'm doing the show, I just unplug the back of it, and now I can set it back in this thing. And see, you don't hear that noise, do you? Of course you don't, because I fixed the problem. And I get excited when I fix problems because I rarely can.
I understand.
I rarely can. So, hey, Jeremy, thanks for coming on this morning. I've got to run and get a refill on my coffee and go to the bathroom. I'll be right back, but BVD will regale you with tales of the stupid while I'm gone. Okay, and I'll be right back in that.
Okay.
What's up, Jeremy?
Not much. What's up with you, BBD?
Not much. Listen, the first thing we generally do, I'm sure you've heard these co-host outings before, is we give you a few minutes, however long you need, to tell everybody who you are, who your team is, what you plug yourself, basically.
Okay. Well, my real name's Jeremy, but my YouTube name's Bluegrass Sports Media. I'm the guy that's always winning all those bets in the chat, in case you're wondering. And I do have a YouTube channel. I'm going to do I did a live stream Saturday night for the Kentucky Mississippi State basketball game, and I'm going to do one tonight for the cage match between Vandy and Kentucky, where Kentucky's going to beat Vandy to sleep in basketball. I've been a Kentucky fan my whole life. It's kind of hard to talk trash as a Kentucky fan in football, but I still manage to do it. And yeah, that's about it.
Well, this is basketball season. This is go time for Kentucky fans.
Yeah, it would be if we weren't 2-6.
Yeah, but
but we're undefeated in the SEC.
Right. I'm not buying into this 2-6 business. It's been fun to poke fun at Kentucky and but worst start since 1929 or whatever. Mm-hmm. But I realize you still got Coach Cal up there, and you guys are going to be just fine.
Yeah, we may be cheating, but the only difference between us and everybody else is we haven't got caught. And we're not going to get caught.
And that's important.
Yes, sir.
Everybody does it. It's just a matter of who's getting caught. And I've always maintained that one of these days Cal's going to get caught, but it hasn't happened yet. Could be that he's just a damn good coach and doing things like he's supposed to, isn't it?
It could be, but past records showed a little different. Everywhere he's left, he's been, and I'm gonna talk for all the other sports fans right now. All they ever say is everywhere he's ever left, he's left them with sanctions. Mm-hmm. So I'm hoping at Kentucky we're a little better at covering things up than they were at UMass and Memphis. But
well, I like that answer. That's a good, honest answer. Of wasn't a question, but most people they'll dick around that topic and make excuses, and I like the way you put that. Just straight up said we cover it up better than everybody else.
Yeah, that's the only thing you can say. We cover it up better than anybody. We're the best in the business at covering it up, and we got the best players money can buy.
Wow. Well, then what's the story this year? You guys are the kings of one and done. You and Duke,
yeah,
I'd say are 1-2 at the one and dones. And have you got some kids up there that just suck this year, or is it a cohesiveness thing, or what?
I really do think it's a cohesiveness thing. You see the same problem. Duke's having a bad year as well. They have a lot of one and done players. It's probably a cohesive thing, just because of the fact they didn't have time to gel in the off season due to COVID. But that's really not an excuse. We have a bunch of players. We have Brandon Boston and Terrence Clark, who they've always been the best basketball player on the court at all times. And from my uneducated opinion on basketball, they just seem like they don't really share the ball as well. Like when the 5-star kids get the ball, they're looking to throw up a contested shot, or they're looking to create their own shot. They're not really passing the ball around and rotating it. We looked a little better this last game, but it's going to be a process getting everybody to be able to play together.
What about these football Wildcats? You guys have, here the last couple of years, been trying to pose as a formidable football team, and you did manage to kick the shit out of my balls this year. So I'm not talking trash. I'm not gonna talk shit to you. You guys have earned that one victory, so enjoy it.
Yes.
And what's the future of Kentucky football look like right now?
The future's pretty good. We just hired an offensive coordinator from the LA Rams. He's a quarterback coach there. He's going to come be our offensive coordinator. We fired Eddie Graham, which
Right.
I think the worst thing that ever happened to Eddie Graham was having to have Lynn Bowden last year play quarterback. It really worked out well for us that year, but I think he got way too run-oriented, and we literally could not throw a forward pass this year. So hopefully he can come in and fix the offense. Defensively, I think we're pretty good. I really hope our center, Drake Jackson, comes back and doesn't go into the draft. We've already got one of our All-American guards on the offensive line coming back. So we should be pretty good next year. I mean, obviously, we're not going to be on Georgia's level or Alabama's, but I think we can beat Florida.
Well, according to a lot of people, Florida's going to suck next year at football. So, yeah, of course, everybody also knows that Tennessee's going to be back next year, so it doesn't really matter what Florida, Georgia, and all these other chump schools are going to do. They're all going to be looking up at the balls. Jeremy Pruitt has just been sandbagging it these first 3 years.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good picture right there. I can hardly wait to see this one.
Now, what year is this from, you think, BVD?
Oh, man.
Just guess.
I'm going to guess 2009 or 10.
2010. This is January 2000. And I like to pick videos from the month that we're in. We did this before. So, yeah, this is BVD 10 years ago. Now, do you still have that's not the same glasses you have now?
No, those are actually sunglasses that were almost clear lensed.
Right.
At that point, I didn't even have glasses yet.
Now, is that a flip phone, sir?
It is.
Okay.
It's 2010, Lou.
Now, what does this say in the background? Something. Secondary violations. Something, right?
Yeah.
Secondary violations.
Let's
something.
see. Secondary violations.
USC 1, UT 0.
SEC or USC Cops. Is that what that said? I can't read it, man.
I also want to point out that this video was uploaded in 240p.
Oh, that's a high quality video there. Then that's what you're saying.
240p.
Yeah.
Regular standard definition is 480p. So this is half of standard definition.
I was unstandard.
Regular HD is 720p, full HD is 1080p, and 4K starts at 1440p and goes up.
That was the famed flip cam I was using back then, I'm pretty sure.
Now, the title of this here video is SEC Sports Report.
Oh, okay.
Now, just based on the title alone, I'm going to go ahead and say this is a series I would like to see on the BVD. I would like to see a video once a week called the SEC Sports Report. I would love to see that.
You're going to be sorely disappointed in this video.
You remember this video?
Yeah, I do. There's a guy, Jay, I can't remember his last name, Jay something, with a show called SEC Sports Report.
Ah, yes.
And he got a hold of me and wanted to have me on his show, and I think that's what this is. Me recording him recording me type of deal.
Well, this
recording inception.
Yeah, this ought to be great. It's 5 minutes long.
It might not be too terrible, man.
We'll see if we can make it through. Here we go. The SEC Sports Report, as delivered by BVD in January of 2010. Let's go.
Guys, I'm here live on the telephone with Jay Holgate from SEC Sports Report.
Hey, this is Jay Holgate with SEC Sports Report. I've got the honor today to talk to Big Paul Daddy in East Tennessee. I think you guys ended up with a good coach. I think Derek Dooley's going to do a great job up there. What are you hearing from?
Credibility out the window immediately.
Yep.
This is such and such with SEC Sports Report, and I'd just like to say that I think Derek Dooley's going to do a great job.
Thank you. What do you say? We got a good hire?
Yeah. Okay, let's continue.
People in East Tennessee, what are they saying about Derek Dooley and the staff that he's bringing in?
Well,
This is going to be great. I can already tell.
Oh, I can already feel it. Yeah.
This is going to be amazing. All right, let's go. Let's go.
well, Jay, generally right now, everybody is just kind of under the wait-and-see mode. You have your faction of fans that are just convinced because he went 17-20 at Louisiana Tech that he's going to fail here. And, of course, you have the faction of people that are convinced because he's a Dooley and because he is a man of great character and integrity that he's going to, win 40 national championships while he's here. But the vast majority of people are kind of like me. They're just kind of, sitting back. They're going to wait and see what happens. He had a very impressive press conference. Of course, he's a lawyer, so we know lawyers can talk well. We'll see how he does come September. But myself personally, I'm happy with the hire. Hamilton was under the gun, and there's not a lot available out there right now, and all the big guns were turning us down. So, recruiting season, you kind of do what you got to do. I'm sure there are better candidates out there, but with a week to go now, Hamilton was under the gun, so he definitely could have done worse.
Well, the thing that I was noticing about Dooley was, he's got 7 years under Nick Saban, and I'm kind of convinced right now that Nick Saban understands football. He understands football systems. He understands how it all works. He's been able to put it together at 2 different SEC schools. And so, anybody that's worked under him for 7 years, you got to take your hat off to him. Number one, I know Saban probably worked him to death, but, he was a recruiting coordinator at LSU. I think this guy has been under the radar, and I just think he's a good find. I understand that a lot of people are kind of wait and see, but, you guys got a Dooley in Tennessee. I think it's kind of funny. We never thought we'd hear that one, but, I understand where all that's coming from. Now, tell me this about these assistant coaches. Are you hearing anything about these assistant coaches? Are people excited about these guys? A lot of these guys are not big-name people, but I think they are good coaches. What are you hearing about these assistant coaches?
Right. Well, now the one thing that Coach Dooley said in his press conference is he's not concerned about putting together a staff of big names. He's more interested in putting together a staff that works well together as a staff.
Kind of like that's sort of the brick by brick approach.
Kinda, I guess.
Yeah.
So it's brick by brick, brick by brick. Damn.
Interesting.
This is like that freezing code take on that show, that freezing code take show, with him saying Derek Dooley was a good hire.
Now, the press conference that y'all keep referring to, this wasn't the press conference where he talked for 45 minutes about World War II, was it?
No, this was before his first game ever coached.
Okay. The World War II thing, that was after a game, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Okay.
that was after, I don't remember which game. But
I hope y'all have seen that in the comments section. I think it was a game Tennessee lost, and instead of talking about the game, he literally sat down and talked about World War II for a good 20 minutes. It was interesting.
Find Rommel.
Right. We'll have to play that one day. That was great. All right, here we go.
I.e. as a team. And that speaks volumes itself.
Were you surprised about the whole deal with Kippy Brown, how that whole thing shook out?
I don't know that surprised is the right word, Jay. I think Kippy Brown got jobbed. That's just all there is to it. He was scheduled to interview for the job. Of course, everyone knows he was named interim coach after Kiffin bailed on us. And Kippy did a great job of keeping things under control here, keeping everybody calm. You know, I'm assuming he talked to recruits and stuff too with what he could, you know, and tried to keep them calmed down. But Kippy's gone. He went to go coach out at the Seattle Seahawks, and I really hate it because it's just a bad deal for him. You know, obviously, as you mentioned, he came in to coach under Kiffin. Then when this all happened, everything was up in the air. And this was to be Kippy's third stint here at Tennessee, and he's coached here under Majors. He coached here under Fulmer, and both times he moved on to take better jobs. And this is just a great guy that did not deserve to be treated the way he was treated. And it's my understanding, I have no proof of this myself, of course, but from all the sports reporters around this area, evidently Mr. Brown was given a token interview for the job while people were already down in Louisiana finishing the paperwork and dotting the I's and crossing the T's on hiring Coach Dooley. So I guess when he got wind of that, he decided he didn't want to be around here, and you can't really blame the guy. That to me, that's just a bad deal all the way around. So I hate it that he's not here. But
it is a tough business, and you got to have a thick skin to be in this business. Big Ball Daddy, that's all the time we got today, man. I appreciate it. Big Ball Daddy, you have a great weekend, and we'll talk to you again after recruiting.
Thanks, Jay. Give me a call anytime, and I'll put your link over in my sidebar, and we'll get you some people over there. Jay's just getting started in YouTube, so we're going to take care of him and see if we can't get some people. He's doing great things, both on the internet and on the airwaves and also in the paper. So you guys make sure you get over there and check him out. Jay, I certainly appreciate it, and you have a great Saturday, buddy.
Quality stuff right there.
That dude's still around.
Do what?
Is he still around?
I have no idea. Shit, this is 10, 11 years ago. I'm pretty sure the SEC Sports Report YouTube channel, I don't think is still around. Or if it is, it never amounted to anything.
I have to say, I feel a little let down. I really was hoping I would get to hear you say, this is great. Dooley's going to do this. Dooley's going to do that. You actually were pretty reserved there, so there's not really a whole lot of pointing and laughing we can do there.
Yeah, sorry to disappoint.
Yeah, what a shame.
Yeah, some of the better Dooley stuff came later.
Yeah.
So I did my research, Uncle. I looked back at some old videos of yours, and I'm wondering. I watched the video where you went to Walmart and you asked the person to ring up 100 rolls of wrapping paper, and then they kind of gave you a little bit of lip, so you bought all the wrapping paper.
Yeah.
What did you do with all that wrapping paper?
I put it in storage. We sold some of it, but most of it's in storage.
I think that would be a good video for Bluetooth history.
Yeah, but the point is, I taught them a lesson.
6,000 rolls.
I really showed them. So the store manager ends up, I don't think this is on video, but the store manager ends up coming out at the end and giving us a $100 gift card.
Really?
Wow.
They basically have to buy that. He explained it. They basically, if they don't, whatever they don't sell, they have to send back, and it counts against their store somehow when like quarterly bonuses or something are calculated for management.
Oh, you did them a huge favor then.
Yeah.
That's probably,
the manager was great. It was the people that had to do the work that were mad.
Right, the clerks.
Yeah. Because they ended up, they closed off the entire gardening section of Walmart and brought 2 cashiers in that did nothing but ring up my wallpaper for my wrapping paper for 2.5 hours.
How much did you spend on that?
It was $900 and something.
Jesus Christ, you're an idiot.
And the vast majority of that wrapping paper was 10 cents a roll. So think about how much wrapping paper that is.
That's a lot of wrapping paper.
Yeah.
Of course, you probably could have made your money back by now.
Oh, it was a great deal but
yeah,
I wasn't in a position to, if I had a place where I sold something or whatever, yes, buying wrapping paper at 10 cents a roll is great. But
you could have went to a flea market that next weekend and probably made double your money and gotten rid of all that shit.
Some of it we sold to people who do that.
Oh, okay.
So we sold it. I mean, we looked
Did you
at
at least make your money back?
We didn't keep track. I mean, we gave a lot of it away to friends and family, but we looked at it as any roll of wrapping paper we sold for 20 cents, we were doubling our money.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not a big deal if you have 10 rolls of wrapping paper, but if you've got 10,000,
yeah,
doubling your money is great.
Yeah, I've forgotten all about that one.
But the point is I showed them, though.
You did.
That's the takeaway there.
Yeah, buddy. Showed them so much, the manager gave you a damn gift card.
Yeah.
They probably, out of every Walmart store in their district, they were probably like, how the hell did you guys sell all that
wall? Yeah, how'd y'all sell all that wrapping paper?
Well, there's this one smart ass that came in one day and
yeah, that was great.
Yeah, that was hilarious. Did you have to call the trucks to come? Like, you had a truck that you loaded up. Did you have to call people to come to the Walmart to help you load it?
Yes, the person with the pickup truck met us up there. We called them, and they met us up there. So we had our 2 cars and then the pickup truck. So 2 SUVs and a pickup truck.
And you got it all in one trip?
No, 3 trips each.
So 9 carloads.
Nine, yes. And the SUVs, you could sit in the driver's seat. That was it.
Yeah.
You couldn't. I mean, you couldn't have fit another roll anywhere in those cars. Yeah.
So if anybody's looking for some quality Christmas paper for next year, lose your man.
We bought something like 50 Christmas tree stands too.
What the hell?
I didn't understand that one.
Yeah, I'm gonna need a.
You're just getting a good deal on them, or?
Well,
can I get a review of this?
Once it happened that we were buying all this wrapping paper and we were standing around, we started. Well, what are we going to do now? Like, now we have all this wrapping paper. What the hell? And we're kind of just standing around, and so we started thinking, well, we can sell it, or we can do this, or we can put it up on these auction sites, whatever. We started thinking, and we're standing there in the Christmas section just talking about this, and we look down and there's a whole thing of Christmas tree stands for like $1 each or whatever they are. And so we're like, oh, well, we could sell those too. So we bought all
there was
Christmas
kind
tree
of
stands.
a non-planned out, but kind of a theory.
Well, not initially. I don't even remember why we went there to start with.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. Why were you there that day?
Well, I don't remember. We went there for whatever reason. We would always go to Walmart, whatever reason that was. I don't remember. But right when you walked in, they had this. It was a pallet. What are they called? Are they called pallets? What are they called? Mm-hmm. Yeah, a wooden pallet that was stacked with wrapping paper and a big sign on it that says 10 cent a roll or something. And I was like, well, we ought to just buy 100 of them. We won't have to ever buy wrapping paper again. I thought it was a great idea. So we put 100 rolls of wrapping paper in the thing and strolled on up to the register, and that's when they started giving me lip about it. And so I said, well,
Why
I'll
the
just...
hell were they giving you lip about it?
They didn't want to ring it up.
Rolls.
They didn't want to ring it up. The one lady tried to make me go to customer service, and then the customer service lady had to come over, and they're sitting there trying to figure out, can we just type in like 10 cents times 100 and, do it that way? And the manager comes over, and he's like, no, you can't do it that way because every pattern of wrapping paper has its own SKU
Inventory.
or barcode for inventory. Each individual one's got to be rung up, and they're just going on and giving me lip about it. And the cashier had an attitude, and I was like, look, I'll buy every roll in here. What's the big deal? You're either going to ring up 100 rolls of wrapping paper, or over the next 10 minutes, you're going to ring up 25 items a piece for 4 different people. You're here to ring stuff up. You're getting paid.
Right.
And it just became a thing. And I was like, I'll buy every roll in here.
I'm getting irritated just thinking about
Yeah.
it.
I was like, I'll buy every roll in here. And if that's what I decide to do, you're going to ring it up. And it went on. And I got mad and went and got another buggy and started filling it up. And I told the manager, I said, I'm buying every roll. And he called my bluff because, see, that section in the front of the store, that wasn't all of it. I thought it was when I said we'll buy it all. There might have been 300 or 400 rolls, and we initially got 100. And I was like, I don't understand. I was like, I'll buy every roll in here if that's what I want to do. I said, in fact, I'm gonna go get another buggy ride. I'm gonna buy every roll. He called my bluff. I'm sitting there loading up the buggy with the second load of 100 rolls or whatever, and here comes a parade of forklifts. I'm not kidding. It was 4 or 5 of them. A parade of forklifts driving through Walmart, and every single forklift had a pallet filled with probably 500 or 600 rolls of wrapping paper. And they drove it into
You said every roll.
Yeah, that's what
I
he
got
said.
Here they are.
And you know how hard-headed I am.
How long did it take them to ring that shit up?
2 or 3 hours. A long time. And that was with 2 cashiers.
I bet those,
yeah. So they drove it all into the lawn and garden center and roped off the lawn and garden center so no one else could go in there. And then they brought 2 cashiers in there, opened up 2 registers, and 2 cashiers sat there and rang up wallpaper for 3 hours.
Did you at least get the cashier that was being mouthy?
To be honest, I don't remember the manager. I really don't remember if it was the same cashier or not, because it got to a point where there was like 3 cashiers standing around, a customer service person, and a manager. And I don't really remember who of those people ended up being the ones that actually rang it up. I don't really remember. But yeah.
While you're at it.
And that's when we called the person with the truck and we're like, we're going to need. Imagine getting that phone call.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, you did what?
you needed catfish.
Yeah.
So we backed all 3 of the cars right up there to the lawn and garden center, and the cashiers rang it up, put it back in the display boxes, set the display boxes back on the pallets, and a forklift guy was waiting. He would pick the pallet up with the forklift, drive it out the back of the lawn and garden center out into the parking lot, and set it down right by our car, and we would pick it up and load it in the car.
Yeah, you son of bitches. And while you're at it, let me have 50 of them Christmas tree holders.
Yeah.
Christmas tree stands.
Yeah. Bought every one of them for $1 a piece.
Where's the damn bows at? I want some damn Christmas bows too, you son of a bitches.
Yeah. Yeah.
Probably could have gotten them dirt cheap.
Enrique, thank you for the super chat. He says, if UJ wins a natty next year, will you get matching ugly leg tattoos with JT Daniels Christ? Have a good morning. P.S. Happy birthday to me. It's your birthday? What a coincidence, because it's Lou Jr.'s birthday too.
Well, happy birthday to Enrique and Lou Jr.
Yeah. He said, so does this mean I get to stay home from school today? I said, no, I stay home from school. They didn't have school yesterday. So today was their first day back from Christmas break.
Shame on you, Lou. Kid worked hard to make it another year.
Braves WS, thank you for the super chat. He says, old Dabo sure don't look so hot without all that tater juice from 2016 to 2018. Clemson looking like a guy being taken off roids slowly. Yeah, I made that point last night to somebody. Funny, Clemson didn't get caught cheating in 2019 or 2020. They also didn't win a national title. Travis Collins, thank you for the super chat. He says, so you took up both cashiers on schedule that day? Yeah.
Yeah. I know exactly, though, where you're coming from. I get irritated at shit like that. And my biggest thing here lately is with Burger King. It drives me nuts when you ask those people to make you something fresh and they automatically, right out of the damn gate, start giving you excuses. Oh, we had some of those just come up. I don't care. Want them fresh. Well, these just came up. I don't care. It aggravates the shit out of me. People that damn lazy. You're telling me that you're so fucking lazy that you're going to argue with me over dropping, I don't know, 2 orders of chicken nuggets or whatever.
Yeah.
And one of the managers, she got frustrated. She got irritated at the guy too. Actually cussed him right there in front of everybody. I loved. Great. She said, all the time you've been standing back there arguing with me, you could have had the damn things made. I snickered like a little 10-year-old. Like, show you little fucker.
Chase C, thank you for hitting the PayPal link this morning, sir. He says, I'm looking forward to the Clemson and Georgia game at the start of next season. It'll be a great game. Also, have you ever been to the mountains of Western North Carolina? Is that like Asheville?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been to Asheville. I've also been to what ski resort is it in North Carolina? Is it Sugar Mountain?
Shit. There's a Sugar Mountain.
Yeah, I've been there.
There's a couple of them. There's one up in Southwest Virginia too. I can't remember the name of it. Might have been I don't know.
West Virginia? You said?
Yeah, there's one in West Virginia.
That's Snowshoe.
Yeah. Snowshoe. Okay.
Yeah, I've never been there. I went. What is it? Not skiing, but the other thing, snowboarding at Sugar Mountain about 20 years ago.
Sugar Mountain. Haven't heard that name in a long time. That's where all the people from like Raleigh, that area, go to ski when they go skiing.
Yeah.
The place we stayed was amazing too. It was right on the ski slope, and there was a sliding glass door on the back of our cabin. You literally walked out the sliding glass door and just started skiing down the mountain.
Wow.
Yeah. It was great. It was a group of us that went, like 7 or 8 of us went and stayed in this, I don't know what, a cabin or whatever you call it, a chalet or whatever they are. It was nice. We had a good time. That's the only time I've ever been skiing, or that's the only time I didn't go skiing. I went snowboarding, but that's the only time in my life I've ever done anything like that. So I've never been snow skiing ever. Thank you for hitting the PayPal link, sir, and supporting the show. We appreciate that. Jeremy, why do you when did you start doing YouTube?
Well, I made my first video about a year ago, but I've recently just started back making videos, and I did my first live stream Saturday night when Kentucky beat Mississippi State. So I think it's me is the reason Kentucky beat Mississippi State and is now 2-6. I'd like to say that. But
there you go.
Yeah, but I just started on YouTube because I thought it'd be fun to piss people off and make everybody mad and read everybody's angry comments.
Yeah, that's a pretty good plan.
Yeah, he sucked $100 out of me.
Well, I gave that right back to Bama Mike, betting on Florida like a dumbass.
Oh, that's right. I forgot y'all had that bet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
That's the only one I've lost on YouTube so far. I fleeced Dandy's dumbass for $100, and I got BVD. Bama Mike got me, and I think I'm going to get Lou next year when Bama wins the SEC.
You have Bama, I have everyone else, right?
Yes.
Yeah, what a terrible bet you made.
Now, looking back, I probably shouldn't have gave you 1.5 to 1, but I like my odds.
Yeah.
I was feeling myself that day. I just won the bet with Vandy Dandy. I was feeling myself, but
Right.
Happens.
Yeah. So the bet is who wins the SEC. You have Bama. I have anyone else.
Mm-hmm, you have
Right.
the field.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that.
So what did y'all bet? $100?
I gave him 1.5 to 1. So if I lose, I owe him 150. If he loses, he only owes me 100.
God, Jeremy, what
Yeah.
the hell's wrong with you?
I was on a roll. I just won a big bet.
Shit, you could still win it, but I'm gonna have to say I like Lou's odds in that one. But then again, who's gonna beat them? Ain't gonna be Florida.
I mean, the team that's best shot is Georgia, or maybe.
Yeah, so Lou's basically betting on his Bulldogs.
Well, I mean, never knows. LSU may do some recruiting violations again and pop off next year, but I highly doubt it.
Or Texas A&M, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, there's some teams out there, but it's really basically Georgia against Alabama. I think Florida's going to be awful next year. Kentucky's not on the level of any of these teams, and I'm a Kentucky fan, so yeah.
Counting out the balls. I like it.
Well, BVD, you win 2 games in the season. It's kind of hard.
I mean, Bama's only even made the SEC title game 2 of the last 4 years. So I like my chances.
Yeah, I kind of do too.
I mean, Bama doesn't even have to lose the SEC title game for me to win the bet. They could just not make the SEC title game.
That's true. That is true. But you just wait till they get touchdown Terry down there in Tuscaloosa and start lighting stuff up.
He's going to Bama?
No, it was a joke.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Well.
Where do you think he's going? Do you think he'll go? Will a Power 5 school take him, or will he have to go back down? You think? I think he'll have to go back down if he wants to play.
I think he goes back down to Group of 5.
Yeah.
To maybe like a MAC school, something like that. He doesn't have the arm talent to play in the SEC.
Right.
Can't throw it.
I agree.
I don't know if I'm assuming the future is Joey Gatewood right now. So I'm a little excited about that. He looked better throwing the football, but obviously we didn't play the forward pass the whole season. So.
I mean, Gatewood's definitely got a higher upside, I think, than Terry Wilson. We haven't seen him do much, Gatewood, but the potential is at least there.
I think Garantano threw more touchdown passes to Kentucky than your own quarterback did.
No doubt.
That's definitely true, yeah.
Now, if for some reason Gatewood didn't work out or were to get injured, what's after that? Is there a freshman y'all had this year, or is there someone y'all are signing in this class that who would be next after that?
There is a freshman. His name's Bo Allen. He's from Lexington. They really like him. Coach Stoops really likes him, but I mean they talk up every recruit.
What school is he from there in Lexington?
Lexington Catholic.
Okay.
But yeah, he's supposed to have a really big arm. I mean, he did come in this year, but he was a freshman. He played a little bit. But if it's not Joey Gatewood, it's going to be him, or if we get somebody from the portal. I'm hoping we go in the portal and get some receivers. Charleston Rambo from Oklahoma just went into the portal, so maybe we can go and get him. Because we have nobody that can get any separation at receiver.
Yeah. No more Lynn Bowdens up there, huh?
None. And all the Kentucky fans are, the only thing they ever talk about Terry Wilson good about is the season that he had, that we won, beat Penn State in the New Year's Six Bowl. But hell, I could have handed the ball off to Benny Snell I mean, best running back in Kentucky's history.
Yeah.
But no Lynn Bolden, and I hope Ohio State keeps not recruiting Ohio, because that's where we get all our great players from.
Where's Snell at now?
He's the backup running back for the Steelers, but James Conner's on his contract year, so he may be the starter next year.
Slim Shady wants to know if he can have some wrapping paper. Shit, how much you need? Braves WS, thank you for the super chat too. He says, imagine being called by your boss and he says, hey, I need you to come in for a bit. Some guy decided to buy all the wrapping paper and we need you to help work the register. Yeah, this was like at 10 or 10:30 at night too, so they were probably a little short-staffed to start with as compared to during the day anyway.
Well, it's like that one guy said, they only had 2 lanes open at all times at Walmart. So
Yeah.
I don't know how they must have shut the whole damn store down for you, Lou.
Well, like I said, point is they learned a lesson that day.
How long ago was this?
Oh, God, 2012 or no.
Okay.
Had to be 13 or 14 because I was doing YouTube at the time.
Yeah, the YouTube video said 6 years.
Okay. So, yeah, probably 2014.
Did they have self-checkout back then?
I don't think so.
That would have been fucking great. Hey, we're sorry, sir. All of our cashiers have called in sick. We're going to need you to go through self-checkout with those.
Yeah, Wilkie said, thank you, Wilkie, for the super chat. He said the same thing. He said nowadays they just open a self-checkout.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have done it if that was the case.
That would have defeated the purpose.
Yeah.
Change my mind.
I can't teach them a lesson by ringing up my own wrapping paper.
Yeah. Well, you could have. You could have showed them how it's really supposed to be done.
Yeah.
If you really wanted to teach them a lesson, you know. But I think it worked out well for you.
Bet you their trigger finger was really strong after that, with that little gun they used.
Jack Cohn to Notre Dame, Conlon says. I haven't heard that. He's the Wisconsin quarterback that lost his got injured, and so they started Graham Mertz, and Graham Mertz played really good, so I guess Cohn's looking to transfer. I haven't heard that, though. Cohn to Notre Dame. There's nothing exciting about Cohn. I can tell you that right now. Nothing at all.
No.
He's, when you look at Wisconsin the last few years, he's every quarterback they've ever had. There's just nothing exciting about him. Not that he's a terrible quarterback, but he's the literal definition of game managing quarterback. He's not going to win you any games. Best you can hope for from a guy like that is that he doesn't lose you any.
Mm.
He can hand the ball off, though.
Got to be able to do that too.
I know before I came on here, you was talking about idiots in the comments, talking about JT Daniels not being able to read your defense. How different do you think the year would have been if you would have had Jamie Newman?
Well, when you say different, you mean record wise, or how how different would the offense have been?
I mean, I think the offense would have been definitely different. I'm saying,
I think it would have been a similar offense to what you saw when we had Stetson Bennett. The production would have been a lot higher because even the people that were down on Jamie Newman or saying, oh, he's not that good, even those people must know he's better than Stetson Bennett. But the offense was pretty much designed all offseason for a mobile quarterback, thinking it would be Jamie Newman. And even behind him, if you had to go with DeJuan Mathis or Stetson Bennett, those are two guys that are also mobile.
mm-hmm.
So the offense under Stetson Bennett was different than it was under Stetson or would have been under Jamie Newman because he can't move.
Cannot.
So it gets rid of a lot of the RPO and zone read stuff. and quarterback draws, and you're not doing any of that with JT Daniels, especially coming off of a knee surgery. But even prior to his knee surgery, he's just not he's not a mobile QB. He's more of a old school pocket passer.
And do you think that's why they went with Newman? Because he's more of the prototype of not Newman, Mathis, because that's what he's more of a prototype like Newman than he can move.
I'll never know. I'll never know. I don't know. I mean, I think it was another screw up. I mean, that's great that Newman can run around, but I don't understand. I don't understand how they watched JT Daniels, Stetson Bennett, and Dwan Mathis at practice and went, JT Daniels is third. I don't understand how they came to that conclusion. I just don't. I guess it's the same way they watched Fromm and Fields for 2 years and came to the conclusion that Fields was second. There's an evaluation issue. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't buy the. JT Daniels was cleared to play week 2. That means you're cleared to play. That's not Hebrew. You don't need to understand Pig Latin or read hieroglyphics to know what it means when a kid is cleared to play. You're either cleared to play or you're not. There is no in between.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't buy this thing about, well, he still wasn't ready to go. You don't dress a kid out and take him on road games if you're not playing him under any circumstances, period. You don't do that because you have limited numbers. You have a little bit more flexibility at home, but Georgia didn't have any home games. All we had was road games. You don't take JT Daniels to Florida if he's not cleared to play. Never mind the fact everyone came out and told us week 2 he's cleared to play, including Kirby. Kirby came out the Monday after the Arkansas game and explained why Dwan Mathis went in the game. Why Stetson Bennett went in the game after Dwan Mathis instead of JT. He explained it on Monday because JT was dressed out at the Arkansas game. And Kirby said, we have been trying to get him cleared every single day. There was a list of criteria that JT Daniels had to meet in order to be cleared to play. And he was very close to meeting that criteria on Thursday before the Arkansas game. So they took him to Arkansas, dressed him out, and they went through those physical tests with him Saturday on the field at Arkansas, hoping that he would hit all those marks and the medical staff would clear him to play. He didn't. By Monday afternoon, after the Arkansas game, he had hit all those marks and at that point was cleared to play. Yet we didn't see him for another 6 weeks. So a guy's not cleared to play, but not cleared to play. It's one or the other. You're not dressing the guy out week after week and taking him on road trips but then he can't play. So I don't know. I don't know what they were looking at or what they saw or why they made the decisions they made. I don't know. It's clearly the wrong decision. Yeah. And it's not close. There's not a debate even. I don't know of anybody who, like, you still have some people who think Fromm was better than Fields, like we talked about earlier. I don't know how, but you do still have that. You don't have anybody right now who's sitting around going, well, they just did Stetson Bennett wrong. He was clearly the better quarterback. Like, no one says that.
No.
So I don't know how they watched practices and came to the conclusion, even if you want to look at the Florida game, came to the conclusion that JT Daniels was still their third best option. It boggles the mind. We were something like, what were we? 9. Our quarterbacks against Florida were 9 of 29 for 112 yards or something. My God, And then JT Daniels plays 2 weeks later and goes for 400 against Mississippi State in a game where we ran the ball for 0.8 yards per carry. We couldn't run the ball. 0.8 yards per carry. We ran the ball against Mississippi State and won the game. We would not have won that game with Stetson Bennett. We would not have won that game with Dwan Mathis. We wouldn't have won that game with Jake Fromm. Jake Fromm was like 1-7 at UGA or 1-6, whatever it was, in games where he attempted 30 passes or more. JT Daniels comes out in his first game, throws it 40 times for 400 yards, and we win in a game where we couldn't run the ball. It was unreal. But we couldn't run the ball against Cincinnati, and we won. He had 400 yards against Cincinnati. I mean, without that, we lose. We haven't had a quarterback who could win us a game since Aaron Murray. Not a single one.
That's true. You haven't started a quarterback. You had one.
Oh, yeah, we had one. Yeah, we had one. But, so, that's why, is JT Daniels the perfect quarterback? No. But,
I think he's a top 5 quarterback returner next year.
Oh, I do too. Yeah, I do too. Just because most of the elite college quarterbacks this year are leaving. I mean, it's a very deep class in terms of who's leaving college this year. That's why you look at somebody like De'Aaron King and he makes the decision to come back. That wasn't his plan. His plan was to come to Miami for 1 year, prove to the NFL he could throw the ball and go pro. But now he's looking around at 8 quarterbacks that are going to get drafted ahead of him. So he's making what I think is a wise decision. I mean, you got Spencer Rattler, you got Sam Howell, you got Keaton Slovis. Who's after that that's not named JT Daniels? That's a returning QB. Maybe you talk about the Ole Miss guys because of the offense they run under Lane Kiffin, Matt Corral and John Reese Plumlee and so maybe you look at that. That's more a product of the offense, I think, though, than necessarily pure talent and ability out of the quarterbacks. But JT Daniels is one of the highest rated returning QBs next year if he comes back. Now that doesn't mean I don't know how he's going to do next year. He may, at the end of the year, he may be the 15th best quarterback, and I don't know. I have no idea. But going into the season, when you look at returning QBs, he's pretty high up on the list.
Yeah. I agree with that. I know if you're talking about production, I think the Mississippi State quarterback has to be in there because they always throw the ball all around the yard. But as far as talent goes, I think he may be better than Keaton Slovis. I don't think anybody in the country is better than Rattler. And I think Sam Howell, Keaton Slovis, and him's a toss-up for number 2 because I think Rattler's got the best arm in the country. He's got all those weapons, but I think it's a toss-up to number 2. What about your quarterback situation, BVD?
Harrison Bailey. I mean, that's...
Everybody else left.
Yeah. I don't know what's up with Maurer. We got, I can't remember the kid's name that's coming in next year as a freshman.
Caden Salters.
Pretty good. Yeah.
Hell, he'll probably be the number 2.
Unless you guys go to transfer portal and get somebody.
He could come in and beat Harrison out and be the damn starter.
You can't start a freshman in the SEC.
Yeah.
Terry Wilson to Tennessee. What if y'all sign that turnover machine after getting rid of Garantano, and then y'all turn around and sign turnover Terry Wilson?
We signed Terry Wilson. I quit. I'm taking a year off. I'm opting out next year.
I hear you.
Yeah. But I do see Terry going to a non-power 5 school. Or, I mean, I don't think he's going to want to do it because I think he would have.
It's a non-power 5 school right now.
That's true. I mean, Georgia State said that they still have your pride on the wall over there.
Jeremy, have you ever gotten so mad that you wanted me to meet you at Kroger Field?
Say y'all again. Meet us at Kroger Field. Uncle Lou, meet us at Kroger Field.
I would like to say that my neck is fully shaved.
Wow. That's amazing.
Have a good beard line.
Yeah.
So,
well, Jeremy, listen, we gotta end the show, but remind people again about your YouTube channel, what the name of it is, all that kind of stuff, and as soon as you hang up, well, in fact, I'll do it now. I'm gonna post a link to your channel in the comment section so people can find it, but just tell people again about your channel, whatever you want to say.
Okay. Yeah, my channel is Bluegrass Sports Media. I post college sports videos. I do college basketball and college football, being a Kentucky fan. So I'm going to do a live stream tonight starting at 7. It'll start around 6:50. I appreciate Lou letting me come on and talk today and plug my channel and talk football and with him and BVD. And y'all have a good day. I appreciate it, guys.
All right, Jeremy. Thanks
Take
for coming
care,
on, buddy.
Jeremy.
We'll have you on again for sure.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it.
All right. Take it easy.
Take care.
All right, goodbye.
All right, there's his link right there. I posted it in the comment section for those of you that want to check him out. He's a Kentucky fan, posts videos, does live streams, that kind of thing. You guys, check him out. Thanks to him for coming on. If you'd like to come on the show, just send an email to lewandbvd@gmail.com, lewandbvd@gmail.com. We love having guests on in the off season. We have a lot more freedom on this show in the off season to do more things than we do during the season. So we love having you guys on. Tuesdays and Thursdays are the days mostly that we would be having people on. We've got some things planned for Mondays and Fridays, but Tuesdays and Thursdays are great days to have you guys on. We'd love to have you. Send the email. We'll work out a day that works for everybody, and we'd love to have you on. So shout out to Jeremy with Bluegrass Sports Media for coming on this morning. Thank you guys.
Sponsor of BVD TV.
He is is he proud?
He is.
Okay. I knew he was a sponsor of BVD TV.
Yeah.
Wasn't sure how proud he was.
Proud sponsor.
Okay, good. Bama Mike, thank you for the super chat. He says, very much a watchable show today. Well, thank you. That's about the best compliment you can give us, is that the show was watchable, because they aren't all watchable. Believe me, I know.
That definitely counts.
Yeah, that does definitely count. Don't know what to do today. I could do is the Heisman tonight? I think it is. I think Devontae Smith's going to win it. I could do something on that. I could do a Dan Mullen to the NFL video, but I don't, kick that guy enough maybe. I don't know. Anyway, we'll see what I come up with. And tomorrow, the Your Season is Over video will be coming out for bowl season. So that'll be a good one. Of course, Florida will be on there for sure. Notre Dame, the Taters. We'll see who the fourth team, maybe a spot for Miami there. Anyway, we'll talk about all the losers from bowl season. Cincinnati, tough loss for you there, sport. I thought Cincinnati tried real hard in that game, though.
They did.
Yeah, they did. I was proud of them.
Valiant effort.
Yeah. They gave it the old college try.
It very well went their way.
It could have. Of course, it didn't.
No,
So, BVD, you did good today, too.
thank you.
So, thank you for that. That means a lot to me.
Well, means a lot to me that it means a lot to you.
Okay, good. We're off tomorrow. No morning show on Wednesday, so you guys can sleep in. We'll be back Thursday morning at 8 a.m. To do this circus all over again. I'll be on with...
Comment?
Huh?
What's that Uncle Bob thing again?
Bob's your uncle.
Bob's your uncle. Yes.
Yeah, Bob's your uncle. I'll be back on at noon with Pete for the Lunch Money Show. This is the last week that we're doing the Lunch Money Show at noon, so we're moving that show to Monday nights. So today and Thursday at noon. And then, of course, tonight, Uncle Lou After Dark, the college football call-in show. Make sure you guys check it out right here on this channel. Appreciate you tuning in this morning. Hope you guys have a great Tuesday. If you live in Georgia, don't forget to go vote today. Don't worry about me. I've already voted 6 times. Have a good morning.
Y'all be good. See you.